Caroline says, Master Gardener Caroline Baldwin here to take your questions and call. 622-9622 is the number to call if you have any questions about planting, gardening, plants, grass, how to do weed control, how to get varmints out of your flower beds and everything, how to stop the grubs from showing up. She got answers for you.
You know what? One great thing about all this is my squash is doing fantastic.
Oh.
And I just some fresh squash the other night. Took the little ones.
I saw yesterday.
Took the little ones. It's just boom, 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 about 3 of them.
I saw yesterday that in my fiance's floorboard of her car, about 8 or 9 packages of seeds. Is it getting almost too late to put seeds in the ground?
Some of that, you're almost to that point where you might be waiting till the fall garden,
right.
That late summer, early fall garden, where we just start all over again. So everything's growing now.
Call back, caller. We were about to take you on the air and you hung up on us.
Oops.
Somebody called and then they hung up on us. I don't know who it was.
They'll be back.
Yeah. I guess it
might have been wrong number. I was going to say, it might have been trying to check on our extended warranty.
This is a radio show, so sometimes you have to wait for the radio to come to you.
Yeah.
Hello, you're on with Caroline Baldwin.
Good morning.
Good morning. I'm sorry I hung up on you.
Hugh just hung up on
you.
us.
Just hung up. Come on. How you doing today?
I was looking out the window looking for some more rain, and I got panicky.
Oh, and it's looking like it. Yeah, we got a little dark. Yeah. We're going to get some more today.
Yeah, I had in my age, I had a 3-day grand total of 8.3 inches.
That's a lot.
3 days.
3 days, yep. That's
and
a
I
bunch
guess
of
we're
water.
getting more today, according to the forecast.
Yep.
Well, if we're right here, we're looking out the window at the Paddock Mall studios of WOCA. It's a little dark out there right now.
Say that's south, isn't that?
That is
over,
south.
Okay, yeah,
South,
and I think that's where more of the rain is this time.
Yeah, that's south of us, and it looks a little angry.
I have my raincoat in the car. It's a good place for it.
Hugh, what can Caroline do for you this morning?
Pardon, I couldn't hear you.
So what can Caroline Baldwin do for you this morning?
Okay, the question is, now with all this rain, how long does it take for 8 or 9 or let's say 10 inches of water to get down to the aquifer?
Oh, you'd be surprised. It actually does take quite a while because it filters through, but we've got, that sandy top surface obviously, allows us to drain that we don't have a lot of puddling in our landscapes normally. But then we do have layers with clay and rock and things like that it's got to permeate. I don't know exactly, the time frame on how to get an inch or two of water down through, but I think you're talking several weeks, several months at least for that to really do a recharge to the aquifer. That's why, we get 365, I think they say 365 inches of rain on average per year. Of course, it's all done in normally 4 months. If we just spread that out once a week, but we'd be doing a little better. That it's, that we still at times have a problem where the aquifer gets a bit low, because it takes longer for that water really to perk down there than we realize.
Yeah, I had heard last year that they said the aquifer was above normal. That was sometime last year. Now, what it is now, I don't know. So evidently, they must check it out every so often.
Oh, sure. They have test wells because they even check the quality of it.
Right.
And there's certain areas. What is it? Is it the Swanee where they can actually put the dye bomb in, that they can put it in one spot and it comes up in another, and they can check. That's how they check flow and things like that.
Hugh, thanks for the call.
That's it.
Okay, thank you.
It really is an interesting question on how quick, because we do have to, and that's part of the reason we have to watch what we do put down on the ground in Florida, is because with our sand, it doesn't sit on top.
It soaks in.
It soaks in quickly. It walks through that sand till it finally hits some lime rock layer or some clay layer that slows it down to going, down through the to the aquifer. And for years, they had taken atrazine, the herbicide for St. Augustine, off the market for homeowners, and then brought it back at a much lower rate because why? We drink
poison in the aquifer, right?
Yeah, we're drinking it.
I I remember Jeff Halcomb, who used to be the water czar for the city here.
Okay.
He's now down in Naples working as the water czar down there. And he was the water czar for the city, and he was, any type of question about water you had, Jeff Halcomb knew it. And he also was a doppelganger for Urban Meyer at the same time Urban Meyer was here.
Right.
So we had him on the radio, my past partner, Buddy Martin, and myself, had him on the radio with the show Voice of Ocala.
Right.
And Jeff came on to make a great announcement that the city of Ocala's water works had made a discovery that was actually something that was talked about. He went up and talked to the state legislature about it. He went and talked to the University of Florida about it and everything. They have confirmed now that there's the aquifer we use.
Right.
But there's a second level of the aquifer deeper down that is untapped
water.
Right. And that was at the time, this was like 5-6 years ago. At the time, that was very good news.
Sure.
Because at the time when Frank Stronach was wanting 26 million gallons of water for his farm.
For the
and,
processing plant.
People are always at the St. John's River Authority asking for this amount of water and that amount of water. And so it was a big deal that they had discovered
that there was a secondary
water source, second aquifer deeper down. Right. That made people breathe a little easier about the Florida water, because the Okeechobee had started. You could see where it has dried up, and that's the main water source for South Florida.
It's like Okeechobee, sure.
Right.
Yeah, that's their big reservoir.
Just like people go, well, what's a big reservoir for North Florida? Believe it or not, one of the biggest reservoirs for northern Florida, especially the Panhandle. St. John's is for this side of the coast, but for the Panhandle and all, it's the Chattahoochee River coming out of Georgia.
Yeah.
And that's why they have lawsuits and everything.
On that lake, with that lake and everything.
Right, Florida sues Georgia every year over Georgia not allowing Florida to have water.
And it's like it's somehow it's our water up there in Georgia because we paid for it.
Right. But so the headwaters in Chattahoochee run out of the Smoky Mountains up in LJ, Georgia, up in that area. But it runs all the way and empties into the Gulf.
Right.
And the state of Florida goes, whoa, that's our water. Yeah. It runs into our Gulf. It's our water. It's just running through Georgia. Georgians don't necessarily agree with that.
No.
But what does that, once again, that just illustrates that no matter what, the most important thing for sustainability of life, whether it be plant life, human life, animal life,
water.
Without water,
we got nothing.
We can live without oil. We can figure it out.
Exactly.
You ain't living without water.
Living without water. You can't live without water. Clean water and clean air.
You're not living without those two things.
Yep.
That's what, when you talk about our aquifer and how it recharges itself and everything, that's why we need to get a handle on septic systems that aren't hooked up to city septic and stuff.
Right.
Because, especially like in Silver Springs, a lot of the invasive grasses and everything that are in Silver Springs are there because of the fertilization that took place in Silver Springs from people's septic systems and they're fertilizing their grass and everything.
Excessive fertilization. It is. It's one of those becoming a better steward of your environment, your own place, even though it's just whether or not it's a quarter-acre lot, in a subdivision, or you've got a 10-acre or 20-acre parcel. It's your spot to take care of, your piece to make
your piece of earth to make good,
to be a better steward of, or to be a good steward.
I tell you, one of the things that people don't realize is something easy that you can do to help keep your property, your land, whatever, is proper maintaining of your septic system.
Oh, yeah.
People go, what do you mean? I got good drain fields. Proper maintaining of septic is keep your septic where it's not so full that it has to use the drain field so much.
Right. Yeah. That's it. The size of your septic is based upon the amount of bathrooms and bedrooms in a house. It's how many people can be here. And that's how that's based. That's based on your laundry, your dishwashing, food
But people
preparation.
forget when you talk about the septic, it's people say, "Oh, it just fills up water." No. All the toilet paper, the refuse, everything, and it doesn't break down very fast.
No,
so it takes up room.
It takes time. That's your sludge, and you need to, I hate to say
Rid
it, you got
X.
You have to have it maintained on
every 60 days. Rid X.
I've heard whether or not they actually work. Or
Well,
not.
I
don't think they don't hurt anything.
what they do is
So,
they break
yeah.
down the enzymes of
Yeah.
paper and stuff like that quicker.
Yeah, they help.
So it gives you more room in your septic tank
because
instead of the drain
because we
fields.
have a tendency to use way too many chemicals.
Way too many.
Down the drain.
And we have a tendency to use way too much paper product when we're
Right.
you know.
Yeah. Going
And
down
so
the drain.
So a lot of times when you see people pump septic tanks, half of what they're pumping out is the paper and all that hadn't broke down yet.
Right. Or anything else that.
Is that Matt Gibbs outside?
Yeah. Lee, hey, he's got his umbrella.
Oh, well. Is it raining? Oh, it is
yeah,
raining.
it is raining again.
Just
yeah.
started raining
But
again.
he's got his umbrella.
I didn't think I
Hopefully
locked
it's
the
not
door
raining.
when you came in.
I didn't think so either.
I don't remember it. Well, maybe I did. Maybe habit made me lock the
Oh,
door.
but, yeah.
I don't know. 622-9622 is the number to call for Carol Ann Baldwin. Carol Ann, right now, it's getting a little too, it's not quite too late, but it's getting too late really to start putting seeds in the ground and stuff like that.
For some, for a lot of things it is. I mean, or we'll be switching up into some of the other kind of things. If your green beans aren't in the ground, it's probably a little late. It's not May yet, but it's getting close. Your tomatoes and peppers and things like that. Tomatoes, I would wait. Totally.
I
Plants
got
and
a
all.
2 foot tall, two foot tall bell pepper plant.
Oh yeah.
And they started at 4 inches tall.
Oh sure, yeah. Good soil.
They got their own pots.
Yep. They're happy as can
Oh,
be.
yeah. They got the big, I don't know, it's the big pots.
Oh, yeah,
It's
yeah.
like 48 inches diameter.
Right. Yeah. Well, that's
One bell pepper plant in that pot. Imagine what that bell plant is like.
Ooh, I can put my roots way out there.
It's like it's in a luxury suite in Vegas or
there
something.
You go. Yeah, that's it.
So, and that's why I thought that as it got taller, you'd have to put a stick in there because
sometimes.
but because it's in there by itself,
it's
spread that
getting
root
sturdy.
system out so
it's
well.
being nice and sturdy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that it's even though it's getting taller, it's the.
Is it too late to go buy something like an avocado tree and put it in the ground?
No, it's not. No, on that kind of stuff.
I'm asking because I've been getting hit up for an avocado tree.
If you can find them, I guess maybe Bob Wines has got them.
They have them.
Yeah.
They have them.
Yeah.
She started the avocado tree. My fiance Susan started the avocado tree
From the seed.
3 years ago, 4 years ago in Houston
Okay.
from an avocado seed.
Yeah.
And it had grown to about 4.5 foot tall.
Yeah.
But it was one stick. It was real slim.
yeah.
And then winter happened.
Oh, yeah.
And nuts.
And actually, I mean, and I've heard people on some of the different gardening groups that they have started that the avocado tree they have in their yard here in Central Florida was grown from seed, and it actually is fruiting. The tree had to be 8 years old
Right.
before it ever would.
This tree was 4 years old and didn't have a sign that it was going to fruit.
Right.
Not even a sign
Not
it
even,
would fruit.
it wasn't even sure it was going to survive,
Right.
and it didn't. Yeah,
And it didn't.
But that's one of your drawbacks. It's fun to grow it from seed. Like I have the apple tree that Larry had grown several apple trees in here, and I still have mine. It's still in the pot. It still gets watered.
And he grew it from apple seeds.
He grew it from apple seeds. The whole thing is with those is who knows what it will be, if it will ever be, because apple trees don't come true to seed, and there's like 7,000 different varieties of apple, and they all hail from the original apple, and then just they've been bred off of that, going back and forth.
I was so amazed as a kid. My grandfather said, "Here's how you germinate." And my grandfather, he grew blueberries.
Okay.
That's what he grew, but he knew how to germinate all because he was a farmer.
Yeah, right.
He was a farmer.
Yeah.
He said, "This is how you germinate these kind of." And he took watermelon seeds.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, okay. I was like 8, 9 years old.
Right.
And it was the most fascinating thing to me because he took these watermelon seeds and he took paper towels.
Moist
And
paper
he
towel.
took 4 or 5 paper towels, made a little, and he moistened them in water. And then he put the 4 or 5 of the watermelon seeds in the middle of this paper towel, folded it in half on a saucer underneath the sink in a dark, damp area.
Right,
at
where
the
it was
house.
warm. It was warm under there.
inside.
It wasn't drafty. Yeah.
And he said, "We'll look at them in 10 days." We were there for vacation. We were there in 10 days.
Right.
We did it the first day. He said, "The day before you leave, we'll look at them again."
Well, look, yeah.
We opened those. Only one of the seeds had done anything. The other 4 seeds had floundered.
Okay.
But sure enough, here's a green little sprout
Yeah.
coming out of that seed.
Yeah.
And I was like, as a 10-year-old, you're amazed
Yeah.
a wet paper towel
You
in a
could grow
dark,
it.
warm area,
Right, that
and
you
all of a
could do
sudden the seed is growing.
Yeah.
There's no dirt involved. No.
Oh, I had one of those accidental experiments one time when I had left a bag of potatoes under the sink.
Oh, they'll grow.
Oh, they will. And
yeah.
it had gotten left under there actually for a couple months.
Yeah, potatoes will grow out of their
and
cells.
I had potato plants a good 18 inches, 2 feet long, and yeah, we planted them. We got some potatoes
yeah,
out
of
of them.
course.
We got some potatoes out
Yeah,
of them.
if
It
you
was
get them
kinda
like
fun.
that, you put those in the ground.
Yeah.
I've taken a 5-pound bag of potatoes that sat and got
Yeah.
too old and started growing.
Right.
Put those in the
yeah,
ground.
Yeah.
They'll
Just
grow.
let
They'll
'em
grow.
do.
But I was amazed as a little kid. that there was no
to be able
dirt
to see
needed.
that, right.
And that's how you do that germination process is really something a lot of people use.
Sure. Oh, yeah. And that's actually a way. If you've had seed and you've had it for a few years, you've had it in the fridge, go, wow, I wonder if this is still good. Well, you take your paper towels, moisten them, put 10 seeds in there, fold it up, and we always used to say, grab the bag that newspaper would come in and slip it in there and put it on top of the fridge.
Because the heat rises. It's
Nice
warm up
and
there.
warm up there, and that way you can check it and mist it every few days or whatever. After about 7 days, peek in there. You're seeing how many are beginning to germinate, and that's how you find your germination rate. If only 3 of them germinate, you've only got a 30% germination rate. If you've got nine of them germinated, you got 90%. Go for it. If you've only got 30, you might want to double and triple up on the seed per hole. And just to make sure you're getting something on there, but you can usually still use that seed.
It's so amazing to me that gardening
Yeah.
can be done in a paper towel.
Oh, sure. Well, you think about hydroponics. Gardening can be done in a styrofoam cooler.
It wasn't until I saw the Disney ride, something Earth. It
Okay,
wasn't-
yeah,
not Spaceship
yeah.
Earth, but the Living Land.
Okay.
And they have all the hydroponics that they use for all their vegetables and all they use in
Yeah.
the kitchens and everything. And you see a tomato that's like 2.5 inches
Right.
across
Yeah.
because it's hydroponic. Until I saw that in my 20s,
Yeah.
the only
That
hydroponic I knew was, oh, wait, it's 420. That's the hydroponic I knew.
that you know,
I
yeah,
knew.
yeah.
I had a friend of mine in college that had a
was had
hydroponic
hydroponic
setup in his closet. Yeah, that's the only hydroponics I knew.
Right.
But that is actually, with the way that the soil is going and the dry...
and space.
Hydroponics
puts way more.
They use a lot of
tonnage.
hydroponics in Africa because it's a desert area.
In Africa and also in Israel, they
Yeah.
all do. It's all greenhouses.
'Cause of space.
Space, water, all of that, and climate control. Yeah,
Right.
you can control everything, and it really is. You can grow more per square foot hydroponically than you can in the soil.
Well, yeah, because they grow those hydroponic strawberry trees.
Strawberries, cucumbers,
Hanging squash. You can do it with lettuce. I mean, I was amazed.
You can do. They buy a length of guttering,
Right.
and 2 end caps on it, and you can grow. Here's your lettuce.
Just have water running through it with nutrients.
That's all you need. PVC pipe.
People go, what do you mean with new?
Yeah, little Miracle-Gro,
You can
yeah.
create water that is just as vibrant and has
Yeah.
just as much minerals in it as the dirt that you put
As
plant in.
right of what that plant needs. I mean, some of it can, be a little pricey on doing that. But I mean, as a small science project or little fun thing, all you need is some basic Miracle-Gro and a little extra Epsom salts added to it for the magnesium. And because lettuce grows so quickly, that's all it needs. Because in 45 days, you're
You gotta hit a lettuce,
harvesting.
right.
You're harvesting. So it's something fun to do with kids, or just hey, you like lettuce in the cooler months, you can have lettuce constantly, and it's clean.
It is clean.
It's clean. It has no dirt because it's nowhere near the soil. It's nowhere near.
And some of the hardest things, like I wish more people would grow mustards, collards, and turnips hydroponically.
Oh, so
Because the worst part of those
trying to get them clean.
is trying to get all the sand out of them.
I've heard of throw them in the washing machine.
Oh, that's what my mom did.
Yeah.
Put them in the washing
Of course,
machine.
today with today's HE washers, there's not enough water in the machine
Probably not.
to
probably not.
do them. So yeah.
That's why I go to a local place here. I won't say the
and that-
name
yeah,
of it,
and get
but
'em.
it's across from a gas station that has race cars on the hood.
Okay,
On the,
yeah,
on the
on the top of it, yeah.
You can go there.
And they've got
Not
nice
only do
clean,
they got collard greens
Yeah.
in a 1 pound bag
and they're all clean.
and chopped.
Oh, and chopped. There you go.
And they're
Can't
like
get much easier
they're
than
like
that.
$3.
Can't get much easier than that. Go pick you up a ham hock and some onion. And
It's worth the $3, so I don't have to go to the aggravation of cleaning and chopping them.
Yeah.
So, is that another plant? Mustards, turnips, and collards.
Okay.
Another plant that really, really is vibrant in our area because of our climate.
I think so. Yeah, and it's just they are southern, a little more of southern plants, southern vegetables. I mean, they grow turnips and things like that. I think you get a little more turnip green, beet green, and that further north. But your collards, your mustards, and things
Collards
like
and
that
mustards
are big here.
Now, you big greens fan?
I like them when somebody else cooks them.
Do you like all of them, or do you have a special? Do you have a?
I think I like collards more, or a mix.
Yeah.
You know, if
I
you've
like
got a
collards
mix,
and
yeah.
mustards more.
Yeah.
Turnips,
Yeah.
But I have a friend of mine. Like I cook a good collard green.
Okay.
Yeah, I cook. I use my mom's recipe. I cook good. I had a friend of mine cook me. One time he goes, "You ain't tasted collards till you taste mine." Everybody's got that one friend. You ain't
Right.
tasted.
You ain't
till
tasted
right?
till you had mine. Yeah.
Now I just go buy the bags of collards, take them to his house.
and like, hey, what do you need to cook me up a mess of?
And what? Here's our agreement. I'll pay for all the collard greens and the ham hock. Give me 2/3 of the cooking. You keep the other third for yourself.
Keep yourself a couple servings. I want.
And by the way, same guy.
Yeah.
And I'm from Georgia. I know a thing or two about some boiled peanuts.
Oh, okay.
This same guy cooks the best boiled peanuts I've ever had. And I've had a lot of boiled peanuts. This guy cooks good boiled peanuts. He can cook collards and boiled peanuts.
Boiled peanuts. Well, what else do you need?
And he usually has bourbon and beer at his house.
What else? What are friends for?
622-9622 is the number to call. You got about a minute and a half if you want to get your questions in with Carol Ann Baldwin, Master Gardener Carol Ann Baldwin, who, by the way, encourages you on May 1st to enjoy Naked Gardening Day.
World Naked Gardening Day. It is a real thing.
World Naked Gardening Day.
Yeah, we've had some fun. Yeah, I don't.
You got the privacy fence already in place in all of the house?
Yeah, just sort of do it from in the house, and you look out and you.
So you're just putting some seeds in a plant while you're in the house in your birthday suit.
That's the way to do. Yeah, if you want to actually partake. Yeah, if you want to partake in that. Yeah, watering the plants in the kitchen.
Yeah, if you got the nice house plants that you got to use a spray bottle, walk around in your birthday suit and spritz them. That's National Naked Gardening Day.
There you go.
On May 1st.
On May 1st, Saturday, May 1st.
This Thursday, Earth Day.
Is Earth Day? Yeah, see, they kind of work within conjunction. You're getting, that whole.
I remember the first Earth Day. It was like 1981 or something. It was a big deal. And in high school, some club had T-shirts made up and everything. Oh, it was a big.
Everybody went out and planted seeds and things like that. And it's,
Hey, whatever it takes to be a good steward of the earth.
That's it. I mean, we have Arbor Days, we have Earth Days, we have gardening days. There's all different kinds of days.
All different kinds. How can they find you, Carol Ann Baldwin, if they're looking for you?
They can find us on the In the Garden Facebook group page, or find me down at Lowe's, down there in Lady Lake.
Carol Ann Baldwin, Master Gardener Carol Ann Baldwin, with In the Garden with Carol Ann Baldwin. See you next week.
See ya.
Coming up next, Matt Gibbs, Sunrise Auto. It's auto repair with personal care from Sunrise Auto. He'll be in the building, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, WOCA, The Source.